won on our 39-yard line, you know. And so what do? You only need a yard. Well, what do? Well, you punt. You kick the ball. You can't afford to gamble there. If you don't make it, they just turn around and kick a field goal. Got 3. They might even drive it in for a touchdown, you know. So you kick the football. So I called my punt team. All right, go on the field and punt. So they run out on the field. Boo! Boo! You know? I'm saying, all my buddies want to go for it. My buddies, my friends, look at all of them. They don't want to kick. They want to go for it. And I do too. You know, man, hey, okay, we're gonna go for it, y'all. You know? So, man, I called timeout. I called my punt team off, hey, man, off the field, man. I called the outfits. Y'all come up here, come up here. Our friends want to go for it. Our buddies want to go for this thing. You know? So we can get a play. We had a play we call 34 win, where we put nothing but big old fat guys in the game. You take them little skinny receivers out, put them big old tight ends in there, you know. Get your fullback about 235 or 40 pounds, and all you do is wide up and snap the ball and drive your fullback up the middle, you know. And just because you need 36 inches, right? So I tell them, all right, man, hey, we want to go for it, man. You don't go out there and just make that first down. You gotta have it, you know. So our kids run out there, and boy, everybody happy cheering. Oh man, they love old Bobby. Oh, they love Bobby. You know, old Bobby's so daring. Oh. So anyway, our quarterback comes up. Of course, the other team gets down. They put about a 9-man front up there, you know. And they snap that ball, and our offensive line comes off that ball, and our fullback, he comes slamming up in there, and that quarterback puts that ball in his belly. And then their defense, they charges upfield. You know, you got 2 lines just hitting each other like that. And our fullback gets in there, boy, and he gets a little movement. But I ain't sure if he gets enough. You know, he pushes the line a little bit, you know. Long, it's going to be close. It's going to be, of course, the stands is completely silent. And so the official says, all right, we're going to have to measure. So officials come out there, and they put their sticks down. They measure that thing. Hey, folks, that's short. We missed it that much. Boo! Boo! They started booing again, man. I'm thinking, hey, I thought y'all was my buddies. I thought y'all were my friends, you know? But now y'all all can associate with that, can't you? Because your school's the same way. You know, your coach does something you kind of dangerous, you know, and you're so happy, then he don't make it boo, boo, boo. That's universal. That's the way that all is. But I tell that story because it's the way our society is today, too. It's the way our society is today. I know it's true in athletics. I know it's true in football, but it's true in life. As long as you succeed and as long as you're a victor, they love you to death, don't they? But you fail. You make a mistake. You blow it. You know, you lose that deal that you were working on, man. They don't like it no more. You know, they're not for you anymore. And that's the way it is. You know, and we're going through that, of course, right now in our nation. But I think athletics, competitive athletics, is a great teacher to your boys. Your boys learn so much through football, more than just winning and losing. You know, and that is the competitiveness of it, the fact that you must never give up, the fact that you must not quit, the fact that you must fight for 60 minutes, you know. And it's, you know, folks, it's no different than coaching and football is your business. It's no different. You've got to be victorious in whatever you're doing, you know. The only difference is we have a television audience. We have thousands of people watching us. We have the press criticizing us, either good or bad, you know. Whereas maybe you don't have to face that. But still, the same old pressure of having to win is there, and the unpopularity that comes without it. First time coaching you better hire good people, because you're not going to be any better than the people you hire. You know what? So I tried to hire the best line coach I could find, the best backfield coach I could find, the best quarterback coach I could find. We hired 9 assistants, and so I hired the best I could. Now, when we had our first meeting, just picture this now, I go into Florida State with a new head football coach. I hired 9 assistant coaches, and we have got to work together and build a winner there at Florida State. So we have our first meeting. We have our first meeting as a new staff. And all those assistants are going to wonder, what's Bowden going to want? How is Bowden going to run this program? What does Bowden expect of us? We're going to go in and have our first meeting, and we're going to find out. So I'll never forget the first meeting I had with them. I exposed them to one word. And I would do it today if I was still coaching today with a new staff. I told those men, I said, the first thing that we've got to have to be successful, we've got to be loyal. We've got to be loyal. We've got to be loyal to each other. We've got to be loyal to our university. We've got to be loyal to our president. We've got to be loyal to our athletic director. But men, I demand loyalty. If I get any hint whatsoever that somebody in here is being unloyal to each other, they got to go, you know. And I would recommend that, and I'm sure I would think that would be true. Anybody starting a business, you know, has got to have loyalty to work. Anytime I see a school or a coaching staff where there's a little bit of no loyalty, it ain't gonna, that ain't gonna work. It won't work. It'll get you. We played North Texas State out in Texas. 5 inches of snow on the ground when we wake up. My boys ain't ever even seen snow. They started to call the game off. I remember driving to the field, we get down on the field, all you could see was 2 goalposts. That's all you could see, really. It was their homecoming. If it hadn't been homecoming, they'd have called it off. You know, it just wasn't worth playing it. So anyway, we went ahead and played the game. And I told our kids, hey man, just go out and try to have a good time. Just imagine you're in your backyard, it snowed, go out there and just have a good time, you know. And so anyway, we go out there to play, and I think they probably scored first, then we came back and scored. Then they blocked the punt, because you couldn't always snap the ball. And they scored. Then we blocked the punt, and we scored. And then anyway, down towards the end of the game, they finally scored again. They had us 21-14 with about 3 minutes to go. They kicked to us. We had the ball 65 yards away in 5 inches of snow. But we drove it and drove it and drove it and drove it. Got down about the 2-yard line. Fullback broke through on a trap. We scored. We're behind 21-20. We decided to go for 2. We're going to go for 2. We're going to either win it or lose it right here. We went for 2 and won. You know, and they didn't have time to come back. You know, we won in the last minute, 22-21. Next week we come back to Tallahassee to play. It was our homecoming. We're going to play Southern Mississippi in Tallahassee, Florida. Now Mississippi Southern had beaten us about 6, 7, 8 years in a row. You know, and so we played that ball game. They had us 27-10 with 10 minutes to go. Half the people in the stands have gone home. All my buddies. And my wife. She had had enough too. But so anyway, yeah, half of them already go home. But anyway, we scored 21 points in a row. They didn't get nothing, you know? And we had, one of them was a 95-yard screen pass. And I forgot how the others were, but anyway, we scored 21 points in a row and beat them in the last minute. Now, we didn't want 2 dadgum ball games. Both of them in the last minute. Playing the last game of the year, Virginia Tech in Tallahassee. Again, they were favored. They had us 4 points, and they were on our 4-yard line. If I got this right. Yeah, they either had us 4 or might have had us 6 points on our 4-yard line with about a minute and a half to go. All they had to do is snap the ball and get on the knee, and they got the game. But they decided to run. They decided to try to score another one. And they fumbled. on the 4-yard line with less than a minute to go. We hit a 96-yard touchdown pass the next play, and we up 7 and beat them. We won our last 3 games in the last minute. Now look at the lesson that is learned there. Look at the lesson that the boys learned. They learned, hey man, if we'll go out and fight for 60 minutes, we can win. You know, if we'll be persistent. And you know, I don't know how familiar you are with the word persistent. Make that part of your vocabulary. Make that part of your business. It's the greatest virtue there is, in my opinion. There's a bunch of virtues. Persistence. People who will not quit. People who will not give up. People who will fight to the last minute. That's what our kids learn. That's what our kids learn. You know, and I tell you, when you got a guy like that, you got somebody, you're going to hire somebody that's persistent, got you one, baby. Got you.